y'all, my name is Amanda and I am gonna talk you through doing a FaceTime facial or a Facebook Messenger facial, basically a video facial with someone. So the first thing you're gonna do obviously is start with having a conversation with the prospective person that you're gonna have a facial with. From there, you're gonna wanna find a time and a date that works for both of you. You're gonna wanna set about an hour of time aside for this, and you're probably going to want to have it about a week out. That way, when you're mailing the products to them, they have the time for it to actually get to them and everything. The next thing you're going to want to do is pre-profile them. So I've made these awesome little sheets, kind of depending on whatever products you're going to be using for them. So I have one for the time-wise repair. So it has all of the steps for time-wise repair. So you'd put their name here, the date that you're gonna have it, and then the time. And there's two to a page, so you can actually just cut it in half and use it like that. And then it actually goes through and numbers every single thing that you're gonna give them as something to try. So this is the time-wise repair one. And then I have a time-wise 3D, and that's where you're gonna need to get the normal dry combo oily information from them. And then I also have one that's a time-wise 3D with color, in case you're doing like a color appointment with them. And I can also make one with the repair with the color as well, if that's something you guys are interested in. With the color, you go into what eye color they are, and so on. So you get that, you pre-profile them, so you're gonna wanna have this paper with you while you're talking to them, so that way you can make sure, like if you're doing the 3D, okay, they're normal dry. Okay, do they have any allergies to SPF? Because, you know, we have an SPF and for the day cream, and then we also have a non-SPF. So if they're a non-SPF person, we wanna make sure we note that. Of course, if you're gonna do color, you're gonna wanna know what CC cream that you wanna get them, their eye color, and things like that. So you'll fill this form out. You'll keep this. This is for you to have. And then the next thing you're gonna wanna do is, you know, have them register on your website. That just makes it a little bit easier for you to get their information. It kind of helps with, if you're not, since you're not able to get have them fill out a profile card, it'll be kind of like that. So have them fill out all of that information. Want to make sure that when you have the session, that they're in a quiet place with either like a wet paper towel or washcloths to use during the session, because they're obviously going to be, you know, washing their face and taking things off and all that kind of stuff. I would highly encourage being in a bathroom for them, because it makes it a little bit easier, especially if they have multiple bathrooms in their house, so they're not like occupying the one. I'm actually going to be working on a little cheat sheet to put in the envelope with the products that has those kind of reminders of like, okay, you know, it'll have a blank space for like date and time, and then it'll also have like be a quiet space, make sure you have a washcloth warm, ready to go, or be close to the bathroom or be in the bathroom, nice lit area that we can have a good conversation. And that's gonna be about like 45 minutes to an hour, just kind of depends. As you get better with them, they kind of, they get faster. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do is you are going to get the products ready to ship out. So you're gonna use your sheet to help you with this. This is your checklist on everything that you need to do. So it's numbered 1 to 8, kind of depends on the number of, well, they're all 1 to 8. Some of them have 6B, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go down this sheet and you're gonna fill up your containers with each product in them. So I highly recommend getting the small containers like these from Amazon. They're awesome. They are they come in like sets of like 50. These are the 3mm ones. I have the 5mm somewhere. They're too big, too much. They have them with white caps, purple caps, pink caps, whatever cap color you want, doesn't matter. But these are like the perfect amount, like perfect size. You can also this is on Amazon, but I also gone to Michael's, and this is what I also use. It kind of just depends. With this, what you can do is there's just these little Ziploc baggies. So you just open them up, squirt the product in, close it back up, and you're ready to go. And what they can do is they can just cut the corner and just squeeze it out. So it's kind of a preference, whatever you want to do. So either way, whichever one you're going to do, if you're going to do the little cups or the baggies, you'll put the product in. So you'll put the 3D cleanser in. You'll put a number 1 on that. So it's number 1 on your sheet. It's going to be the first product they're trying. So it's number 1. So every product that you put in, you're actually going to put the same number or letter, number and letter, that corresponds. So that way, as you're going through the flip chart, you can say, okay, we're doing number 1, and they know exactly which one that is because it's already labeled for them. I think it just makes it super simple and easy for you, for them. You make sure you have all the right products before you put it into the envelope for them. So you do all that. The next thing is you're going to want to put all of those 8, either cups or the baggies into a bubble mailer. I love these. These are the perfect size. I think they're 4x6s, and they're on Amazon. You can get them by the pound or whatever. You can get them by like hundreds, but they're perfect. They're not too big. They're the perfect size to fit all of these in there. And then I would also, this is something I'm going to start doing, is including a set sheet. So that way when we're at the end of the facial going through, they can do just like we would be doing at a normal in-room experience. They're going to circle everything they want, and then they can hold that up and you can take a screenshot or they can take a picture, and then you have a wish list for them so that maybe they want to do a color appointment next time, or maybe they can be a hostess, like an outside hostess that collects orders, like they talk to 10 people, collect orders, and then that can go towards some of the products that they're wanting to get. We're just trying to figure out how to make it work for out of towners and things like that. So that's just an idea. So I would fold up and put a set sheet in here, and then like I said, I'm going to work on that cheat sheet of like friendly things of being quiet in a quiet space, blah blah, nicely lit, as much as possible, and put both of those in there with all the products as well. Then obviously you're going to want to go ahead and take this to the mail and get it out. You can either use like pirate ship if you have like an in-home scale, and it saves a little bit of money, especially if you're doing a lot of these. And then if not, you can always just go to the post office and they'll mail it for you. Not a problem. I usually just do the cheapest thing. I mean, it gets there pretty quickly, especially, it doesn't weigh a lot, and it's not, depending on how far it's going. So all right, so we've done all that prep work. Yay! All right, so now it's the day of the facial. So to prepare for that, you're going to want to make sure you have your flip chart, and you're going to want to make sure that your flip chart is right in front of you so they can actually see the pages like they would if they were at an in-person facial. And that way you still have all your words that you're saying, because you're just doing the same thing, but you're just doing it over a video chat. And you want to make sure that you've had time to make sure that your camera is in a good spot. So if you're doing it on your phone, or if you're doing it on your computer, whatever way you're doing it, you're going to want to make sure that you have you figured out exactly placement, where that needs to be, where your flip chart needs to be, and where you need to be, so that you can be seen during all of that too. I would highly recommend getting some sort of a ring light for you. It gives you a really nice, well lit, so they can clearly see you, they can see the flip chart. And then make sure your background's not too distracting. Make sure you're in a quiet place. Make sure that you've let everybody else know in your household, like, hey, I'm doing this from this time to this time. Like, make sure you keep noises down, like, just depending on where you are and what you can do. Just, that's what I would definitely have a conversation with everybody else as well. I think the ring light is super great. I actually have one right now that I'm using for this. And you can get ones with tripods, you can get clip-on ones, you can get one that just clips on to your phone. All on Amazon. They vary in price and ranges. It really is up to whatever you want to do. So you have got yourself all set up, you're ready to go, you've called her. So now you guys are on live with each other. And she's got all the products laid out in the right number order. She's got her washcloths. She's ready to go. You guys have done a little chit chat. Make sure I see you guys are all good. Make sure everything's there and all that fun stuff. So now you're just gonna do the flip chart as normal. You're just gonna go through it like you normally would. So starting with cleanser, and then if you're doing a mask, like either a charcoal mask or a facial peel or microderm, kind of whatever you're doing, just cater it towards that. While you're doing those masks, is a great time to do a shortened version of your eye story. So if you're newer, you're probably playing the Mrs. Cab game where they're looking around, finding things in the studio with you or in their home with you. It's kind of a little more difficult to do that when you're on a FaceTime thing, but what you can do is you can still kind of go through that, and you can be like, well, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Mary Kay and what that means to me and my family and the company, so that you guys can, so that you know what you're, getting involved with, and if you purchase anything, who you're purchasing from. So I kind of still go through the Mrs. Cab, but I just don't really ask them to look for anything. I just tell them a little bit about, like, what our company has been doing and all the amazing research that we have and all of the amazing things that, I'm working on towards, and all kinds of fun things like that. So you want to make sure they know what your goal is and what you're working on and all that kind of stuff. So definitely highly recommend making sure you have your eye story. And if you have like either an iPad with your pictures on it, or if you have a dream book, definitely use that. And I, like, when I did mine, my most recent one, I was like putting the pictures up to the camera and putting it back. I was like, I know it might be not the best, but here you go. So it was fun, make it interactive and fun, and relate it back to them and kind of what they're looking for and their lifestyle and things like that. So after you have the masking done, of course I set like a timer so that I know, like, okay, let's keep the mask on for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, kind of whatever. I try not to do maybe like the full 20 minutes like I would do if I was in a full experience, because it's just a one-on-one. So I do more like 10, 15, just kind of depends on what mask I'm doing. Then I can just continue with the flip chart like we would be doing, with the day cream, the night cream. I do the night cream depending on what time of day it is. If it's nighttime, they'll do the day cream on the back of their hand. If it's daytime, they'll do the night cream on the back of their hand. Satin lips, of course, and then I do the gel mask at the end, because who doesn't want, a gel mask? So and then of course, so we finished going through, they've tried all those products, they love them, woohoo. So we're gonna go through the set sheet. So I have a set sheet in front of me. I tell them, all right, we're gonna pull that out, and I just want you to circle everything. So, and I walk them through the set sheet just like I would at a normal beauty experience, because they should still get that same experience of, okay, we've got these we've got these specials going on right now, and no pressure to buy, of course, but if money was no object, like, what would you get? And then of course, if they want to purchase anything, go ahead and you can just write that up right then and there and get that out in the mail like ASAP to them. And then of course, like, try and have a conversation with them about setting up either another color appointment, or another masking appointment. Like if they tried the charcoal mask, like try the facial peel or microdermabrasion or a biocellulose mask. And then, I mean, you can even do this with, a bigger group once you get more comfortable with it. So maybe they want to do it with a couple more friends, like do it with 1 or 2 more friends, then great, like, let's expand it a little bit. You don't want to get too many, because it kind of can get, if you're not in the room to kind of wrangle it. So I would keep it at a minimum of like 3 to 4 people. But it's a great opportunity to kind of expand and do another follow-up with them, because you want to make sure that their products are treating them well. So I would try and schedule that about 2 weeks out, after they get their products and everything, they're actually on the system. And then of course you want to talk to them about doing a career chat to help you with your training, and you never know, maybe they want to do this opportunity, and it's nice because they can see that maybe they can't get out and do a lot of one-on-ones, but they can do more stuff, or they can't really do a whole lot more parties, but they could do some stuff out like this. So it's nice for them to see that there's different ways to run your business and do your business. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, or you need want to make any suggestions on anything, please let me know. Of course, I'm definitely open to suggestions and would love to help tailor this more to people. If there are things that can change or find something that works even better, that's awesome. I would love to, you know that and to help. So I think that's about it for right now, but I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know if there's anything else that you guys need. Thank you.